You're working hard, or at least it feels like you are. Long hours, constant effort, pushing through days when you don't feel like it. And yet, nothing. No real progress. Just ask that quiet question in your mind. Why not me? Why are others moving forward while you're stuck, doing everything you thought was right? What if the problem isn't your effort, but how you're using it? Here's the truth most people ignore. Working hard is not the same as moving forward. You can run at full speed on a treadmill and still go nowhere. And that's what many people are doing. They confuse motion with progress. They measure effort in hours instead of results. Over time, this creates an illusion. You feel productive, but you're not actually getting closer to anything meaningful. Think of it like this. Imagine trying to fill a bucket with water, but the bucket has holes. You keep pouring more and more, thinking effort will solve the problem. But no matter how hard you try, it never fills. Meanwhile, someone else takes a step back, fixes the holes, and then pours. Less effort, better results. The difference isn't hard work, it's awareness. Most people never check for those holes. They don't question their methods. They just keep going, hoping things will change. But if your system is broken, more effort only drains you faster. And after a while, this starts affecting your confidence. You begin to think something is wrong with you, not because you lack ability, but because your effort isn't aligned. What actually creates progress is feedback. The people who move forward faster aren't always working harder. They're adjusting faster. They try, observe, and refine. They don't repeat the same actions blindly. They evolve, but most people stay stuck because they repeat what feels familiar. They follow routines without asking if those routines are even working. Imagine someone trying to improve at speaking. They practice daily, but never analyze their mistakes. They're working hard, but staying the same. Now compare that to someone who records themselves, studies their flaws, and improves specific areas. Even with less practice, they grow faster. Why? Because their effort has direction. This is the shift you need. Stop asking, am I working hard enough? And start asking, am I working on the right things? Because effort without direction leads to burnout, not success. There's another layer most people avoid. Sometimes you're not seeing results because you are focusing on what feels productive, not what actually matters. The real progress usually comes from uncomfortable actions, things that feel risky, uncertain, or difficult. And instead of facing them, you stay busy with easier tasks. It's easier to stay busy than to risk failure. Easier to repeat what you know than struggle with what you don't. So you convince yourself you're working hard when you're actually staying safe. And safety doesn't create growth. This is where everything connects. You're not stuck because you're lazy. You're stuck because your effort is misdirected, unmeasured, or protected by comfort. And until that changes, nothing else will. The turning point comes when you stop chasing effort and start chasing clarity. When you ask yourself, what actually moves me forward? What am I doing that just feels productive? And most importantly, what am I avoiding? Because the thing you're avoiding is often the thing that matters most. The difficult step, the uncomfortable skill, the honest self-evaluation. That's where progress lives. When you face that, everything changes. Your work becomes sharper. Your time becomes meaningful. The same effort starts producing real results. And you realize something powerful. It was never about working harder. It was about working with awareness. So the next time you think, why not me? Ask a better question. What am I doing that's keeping me stuck? Because once you answer that and act on it, you stop running in circles. You start moving forward.